First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawah Shai Bahasham Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders that do rule by that great millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim out there pushing his gospel in sincerity and truth. Say shalom to the humble and sincere sister in all as well. Coming up with this lesson entitled, Not of the World, but of Yahawah. Right? And the scriptures we will go through, you would see, overcome the world, not of the world, and all these things. And what does it mean to be not of the world, right? Because you ask yourself, well, we in the world, we on the land, right? We live in the world, we go to work, we have things in the world that we would enjoy doing, going to the beach and visiting certain places. And so what does it mean to be not of the world? Does it mean to kill yourself, right, and go back to the spirit realm? Or does it mean to completely isolate yourself from the outside, stay in your room and have somebody drop food for you, and live in solitude? They don't mean that, to live in solitary confinement and you just, trap yourself within your household. They don't mean that. Because a lot of these Christians, when you bring out stuff like this, they will tell you that war. So you don't eat then, you don't drink water then, and they be singing retarded. Because they don't understand what it means when it's saying overcome the world and overcome, and be not of the world and thing. And we're gonna see here now, right, a very common precept that's always being brought out, why the Lord is telling us to overcome the world, you understand, and to flee from this world. In the book of Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the earth itself, right, this planet is given, right? It wasn't taken, but it was given by Yahawah Bashim Yahushai unto the wicked. And they covered the faces of the judges, right? They covered the face of Yahawah, of Yahawashi, of the elect, right? And make it seem as if they are the true judges, they are the true rulers, right? So they had the world on that lie, on that big deception. But the earth is being ruled and controlled by the wicked, right? And a kingdom will always be a reflection on a king's ability to rule it, right? And of a king's likeness. And to prove that, the wicked is ruling. And look at the state of the earth today. It is filled with corruption, it's filled with sin, it's filled with all things defile, with adultery and fornication, idolatry, right? All abominable things. It's filled with all sorts of paganism, right? And then that begins to now affect the earth itself. Got all the pollution in the sea and in the air, and we breathe, in the food we eat, in the land, right? Look at how they destroy in the firmament, the ozone layer. Everything is rotting. You understand? Everything is falling apart, right? They're doing cross-species genetics and merging different animals one to another, and they're creating infertile abominations. They have men mutilating themselves. Everything is off. All things are off. And the reason for that is because the wicked rule. And this is what wickedness does bring forth. And as I always say, the suicide rate does increase every year, right? Among all ages. Scriptures say when the righteous, Proverbs 39 and 2. The book of Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, right? This earth is in a state of mourning because the wicked is in control. And it's the wicked that the spirit then of the wicked is flowing through the earth and causing all this destruction, all this mourning and pain, right? And not only all this mourning and pain, but the spirit of the wicked that spirit of iniquity, right? That spirit of sin is flowing throughout all the earth. And all things you see is a reflection of the wicked. And who is the wicked? Esau, Edom. You understand? And what the Lord is telling us now, when he says to overcome the world, it means to overcome the wickedness, overcome that wicked spirit, overcome that wicked man by the blood of the Lamb. You understand? Yahawah. That what it means to overcome. Right? They'll go to the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Right? So overcome, right? Is a battle, is a war. It said that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. Right? So if he be overcome, right? You're on the earth. And there's a battle taking place. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, and I'll get that as well. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right? So this is the war that we was made to fight. And it's either you be overcome or you overcome. And what does it mean to be overcome? It means to fall into the hands of Esau, Edom, and allow him to take your mind and be led unto his false doctrines and philosophies, and unto his false idol worship, and all the breaking of the laws, right? Just as the tutors of our people are fully blind and indoctrinated. They would call Allah their power, they would call Brahma their power, Buddha their power, Jesus mainly their power. They would say that that is their power, and they eat pork and all things unclean. You understand? And just do all the wrong things. Right? And now they're gonna be destroyed. Mainly for their lack of belief in Yahawah. Remember, we not saved under the law, we saved under grace, under mercy, right? Under the blood of Yahawah, his sacrifice. And our people now, if they don't have Yahawah, right? Because if we didn't have Yahawah, we would be just like them. If the elect didn't have Yahawah, they'd be put to death too. But I say, we is the hopeful elect, and Lord willing, we all endure to the end. We have Yahawah for the remission of sins. But what is it? What is the situation with the 2/3 of our people that don't have that don't have Yahawah Shai? Is it they will die alongside the enemies? And that way it means to be overcome by this world. You understand? But to overcome this world, it means to overcome Esau, Edom, and all his bullshit. You understand? And to trust and believe wholeheartedly in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai. And no scare tactic Esau could use should turn you away from your power. No virus that he brings forth should be able to turn you from your power. Because you should know that the Lord belongs to you from death. And you don't need Esau medicine to turn you away from your power. You understand? You don't need Esau medicine. Well, he poison. You understand? All this is what it means to overcome the world. Because you look at that poison, that is not no medicine. Scripture say your body is a temple, boy. Right? But it's like me drinking bleach and killing myself. You know? And by taking that poison, you're showing that in times of fear, you will flee from the hands of your power and run unto your enemies for help. Woe unto thee that go down to Egypt for help. Right? Instead of trusting in your power and trusting in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, you would deny that and run unto Esau. All of them, all who's serving Jehovah and all the other garbage idols, as soon as things bust and fear, they start to feel fear, or they start to realize they will lose a job, whatever, what they do, they run onto the enemy. They run and they give up, they submit. Right? Them submit, they bow down. You understand? They bow down unto the enemy and receive that poison. And them done destroyed. You understand? Even though it's not that, not the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. But that poison, you understand, is like a for like a better was like a beginning before the beginning. You know? A ways to come with that MOTB. You understand? Watch how much people it kill. With all different versions of the virus. When did that come forth? You understand? Why deaths increase with an increased number of this poison? You know? Questions to ask yourself. Because that is what it is, poison. It wasn't made to, help you and heal you. It was made to kill you. You understand? It was made to kill you. It was made to alter DNA. It was made so that when them put a MOTB in your body, your body would react it in a better way. You understand? We'll go to the book of 1 Corinthians 2 and 12. I want to go off subject. It's saying, now we have received this. We have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Yahawah, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahawah. You understand? So it says we have received not the spirit of the world, and that is the point I was trying to make. That the spirit of the world is wickedness. You understand? It's evil. And why? Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the rulers of this earth, their spirit is being pushed through the entire earth. You understand? Corrupting everything. you know. And he say he give you that spirit. He didn't give you that wicked spirit, but he gave you a spirit which is of Yahawah. He gave us a righteous spirit, a spirit of faith, a spirit of obedience, a spirit of love and fear. You understand? That is what he give unto us. Right? That's why we ain't had time for that poison and time for no MOTB and we had time, to deal up in the wickedness in this world, which is of Esau Edom. We had time for that. We'll be focusing on the Lord's work. That because this is spirit that he gave unto us. That his spirit, the same way he will cause Esau's spirit to flow through these people. His spirit is flowing through us. Lord willing, we are the elect. Alright, in the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2, there's a precept I always like to bring out as well because it's so plain to the point. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahawah. So, be not conformed. You understand? Be not aligned. Don't bow down. You understand? To this world. Why? Because this is an evil world given into the hands of the wicked. It says, but be transformed, be recreated, reconstructed, repent. You understand? Renewing of your mind, rend your heart and not your garment, repent, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahawah. And what is that perfect will? To keep the law, statutes, and commandments in faith. You understand? Not of works, but of faith in Yahawah, in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawah. You understand? That is the perfect will of the Lord. For you to believe wholeheartedly and have faith and love and fear in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawah. You understand? And bring forth works to show that faith. Not bring forth works to show wickedness and bring forth works to show that you of the world. James 1:4 it say, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahawah? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahawah. And we all know what the Lord is coming to do to his enemies. You understand? Look into Sirach 39, says the spirit is created for vengeance. We all know what the Lord coming to do to his enemies. You ain't want to be numbered with the Lord's enemies, right? You want to find grace. You want to find mercy and forgiveness. So like, you don't want to be numbered with the Lord's enemies. But when it say friendship of the world is enmity with Yahawah, so what does it mean? What does it mean to be a friend of the world? It means to indulge in the wickedness of the world and to run after it and befriend it. You understand? Join hands with it. But we ain't supposed to be so. We supposed to be separate. Deuteronomy 7:6, right? You choose Israel to be separate, to be holy. And in these times, the two-thirds of our people are going astray. So now we know how to be separate from them, separate, from this world. And does it mean separate physically? Because you had to work among them. You had to go to work, you had to see wicked niggas, wicked Elamites. You understand? You better be around them, but it doesn't mean physically, it means on a spiritual level. To separate yourselves from them. Right? Their spirit desire, they desire to eat pork and pigtail and thing. But your desire should be to serve the Lord, They decide to go carnival and celebrate Christmas and Easter and do all these things that are contrary to the word. And you know, your mindset had to be different. Your spirit had to be aligned to Yahawah Shai. Right? That would means to be separate from them. You understand? Go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. It says, for what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion had light with darkness? Or what concord had and what concord had Hamashiach with Belial? Or what part had he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement had the temple of Yahawah with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power. You understand? So even though you are wrong these people, right? And you're in the world, be not unequally yoked with it and together with them. You understand? You know what you're about, right? Your mindset can't be like them, otherwise you would be them. You understand? You can't enjoy the things that they enjoy because they love to go and run to commit iniquity. You are to run to do righteousness. You understand? You look into the two is a different spirit them pushing with you know? And you could see it, the way they behave and the way they talk and the way they act. You understand? They just high on Esau's spirit right now. You understand? Them smoking that Esau pack. Them high on Esau's spirit right now. You know, because what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? You need to know the limit. You understand? On how much you had to be dealing with these people. Right? Because at the end of the day, wicked niggas will always be wicked niggas. Don't matter if it's family or friends or co-workers or your children or your wife or whatever, your husband, whatever. Wicked niggas will always be wicked niggas on this side. Right? So you ought to know that how far, you know, or how close you want to bring them in, you know. Because it could cause you to be committing sin. Right? Or you go out and all of them pull out cigarette and thing and they want you to smoke. You understand? And you get caught up like a fool. You understand? Because you're there in the first place and you smoke or you go out and somehow you end up, you know, just trying to create just trying to create scenarios off the top of my head. Right? Or you go out and you have a girl, you know, who looking pretty or whatever, you know, you lie with she, you find out she have a man, right? You know, commit adultery. So, you know, you go out with them, or you go by them and they tell you to eat this or whatever, and you maybe eat it and it's unclean meat. You know, there's different scenarios then, right? That could take place liming with these niggas. Because you had to remember them not thinking like you. Anything goes for them. You understand? Anything goes for them. Right? So don't watch them as family. Scripture say, who do the will of the Lord? You know, that is my mother and my sister and my brother. You understand? Who just do the will of Yahawah Shai? That is your true family. Not these heathens out here. You understand? I'll go to the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 4. I'll close off. Say, ye of Yahawah, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You understand? And that powerful precept, because it say, ye have overcome them. You know, so we will overcome, you know. Lord willing, we are the elect, we would overcome this world. We would overcome Esau, Edom on all levels. You understand? We would overcome him spiritually at first, resisting the MOTB and resisting that image, right? We will be resisting his image and his name and his mark. And everything he's about, we would resist it and overcome it on a spiritual level first. Right? By the power of our Lord Yahawah. And then the Lord, right, Yahawah was sent forth his son Yahawah again. And that time he would come and he would deliver the elect out of that great destruction. And then also will we overcome Esau Edom on a physical level. Right? So on all levels Esau will be defeated. That dragon, you understand, will go down. It say, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So greater is the Lord than Esau. And the spirit of the Lord is stronger than that spirit of Esau. It said they are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. You understand? So them Jacob, they 2/3. Esau, Edom, these heathen nations, right? They are of the world. So they speak of the world. They, you know, you listen to the conversations that they have, it's never nothing full. You understand? It's always garbage. Always garbage. You know, you listen to J conversation. Hey, boy, I deal with this girl, but she had a man. But no, I don't care about that. That shit like that is all you will hear from Jake mouth. You understand? It say, but we are of Yahawah. He that knows Yahawah heareth us. He that is not of Yahawah heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. You understand? So all those, when we go out on the highways and the byways and they hear us and us in the truth, that was who that woke up, you know, or that brethren woke us up. We are of Yahawah, you know, Lord willing, we are the elect. But those that walk pass by and was in the truth and fall out, and you know, them is not of the spirit of truth, but they are the spirit of the world within them. You understand? So what it means to overcome the world, it means to flee fornication, flee iniquity, flee sin. You understand? To trust in the Lord rather than to trust in Esau and his system. You understand? To cleave unto the Lord rather than to cleave unto transgression. Right? To focus on strengthening the spirit and focusing on laying your treasures in heaven rather than giving in to the desires of the flesh and being led astray by that old serpent. And with that, I hope this lesson was edifying, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Makakodash. Shalom.